Everybody wants to get paid a premium rate, but do you really deserve it? Get in the room, beauty professionals. I'm going to tell you a little story and hopefully encourage and empower you at the end. Hi, you guys. I am Latoya Deshawn. I'm looking at something just popped up. Latoya Deshawn, international speaker, business coach, and pro makeup artist, retired-ish, okay? And so, yeah, I retired-ish because I had a gig yesterday, and if you've been following me, you see that I talked a little bit about the negotiation process in terms of getting this gig, really focused on what is the scope of the services that, like, what is actually happening on the set, like, what are my duties? And so that was a 3-part series of talking about the contract negotiation, and I walked you through that process in real time as I was negotiating a gig. And so now I've completed that gig, and so I really want to talk about how it went and to really let you guys know that you can't just say you deserve to have more when you aren't really like showing up, like you showing proof that you do, right? It's all like they always say, trust and verify, right? You could just tell somebody, but they need to verify that. And I'm going to go through how I did that. Going to keep this short. Don't want to be here too long, but definitely stay here so that you can take whatever you need, leave what you don't. So I had a gig yesterday. Just want to go over it briefly. I was working on set, working with a client who has sort of like a reality show that's going to be seen on, I think she told me, like different airlines, and eventually, yeah, they're in the process of like selling the reality show to different networks and all that good stuff. So she's like that girl, and so this is a high profile client. One, because this is like all in a way. Sorry. She's a high profile client because, hey, she is hiring me because she is doing something that is going to give her media attention, or it's going to be public facing, like the public is seeing it. So that's how you determine if she's high profile. It's not always that they're going to be celebrity, because celebrity really just means recognizable, but high profile in that what you're working on, you want to be seen on a higher level. And so that's first things first. So we're talking about, mastering those contract negotiations. Like, what are we working on? We were working on a reality show. And then the second question is, where will this be seen? Like this, whatever I'm working on the client with, it is expected to be seen on various airlines as well as network, different television networks for public consumption. Pam, you got to know what you're working on. If you don't know that, go ahead and let me know. DM me contract so that I can let you know about my ebook that's coming out, Mastering Contract Negotiations, the top 10 questions you need to know to negotiate the most important terms of your contract, as well as comment class so that I can go ahead and register you for my master class, which is really much showing you freelance beauty selling secrets, and which is focuses on showing you how to land premium high profile clients using an outbound sales strategy. Okay. So yeah, getting back to it. We negotiated. It was all good. I went back to them. I said, we need to raise the rate. Once I got a meeting with them and actually got the scope of the services, they did send me a deal memo prior to that, but I was not about to sign it. Don't sign anything unless you have clarity on exactly what it is that you're doing. A lot of times makeup artists or hairstylists are just saying yes to the gig because they're like, hey, I can do this. And it's probably a few more dollars than what they're getting if they had like a regular client. But no, you need to know exactly what you're doing, because they will run you dry and you won't have anything left at the end, and you should be paid accordingly for that, right? We are here to serve. My mission in my business is to support women as they're building their businesses. I will always stand up for that woman and go the extra mile, but I also want to be paid for it. So that's just a little bit on that. And so it's time to do the gig. I think part 3 of the negotiations, I talked about the email and what it looked like after we had the meeting. And so it was a very thorough email detailing the scope of the services and what I am to be responsible for, right? They can't tell you what you're supposed to do. You need to know what you need to do as a makeup artist or a hairstylist, right? If you don't know necessarily like what your role or like how much attention you have to get it beyond just doing their makeup, then that is what you need to get clarity on based upon what they're asking you and based upon what you know, what you provide and like the kind of service that you're bringing to the production. So did all of that, negotiated the rate to something that I was willing to walk out the door with, but I already know that they were like, this is a lot more than what we thought. Yeah. And so they told me when I was on set yesterday that I come highly recommended. So they took that leap out there. And one of the reasons why I really wouldn't say that it's a leap is because as soon as I said hello, I operated as, as a premium artist, right? I the way in which I showed up, like the way in which I sort of like led the discussion of like, we need to get on the phone. These are, asking them questions about what's happening. They knew they couldn't just play me. And I don't want to say like use the word play because, everybody's out here trying to save as much money as they can to do the things that they want. So I get that, but you're not going to overexert me, honey. I want to be paid accordingly for what you're asking for me to do. So I just want to let you know that the minute you say hello, you are already in the customer service part of your business. So they are sizing you up from the minute you say hello, okay? From how you do every correspondence, And so I had already proven myself from just how I was corresponding, how I owned the Zoom meeting, my recap, they even used my recap when they did the mood board. Like I saw it word for word, like, of course. And so we get on set yesterday. I needed to be there at 9 o'clock. It was a 10-hour day. I was the first one there. Of course, I'm not going to just be on time. I'm going to be early. I'm going to set the tone for the kind of artist that I told y'all I am. And so I was there early. And so when they see me pull up, because they pulled up like a couple minutes afterwards, it was like, I'm sure they were like, damn, this girl is here early. Yeah, I am. And so we go in and get ready to get set up. And because this is a set day, right, working with a high profile client, but I'm working on a production set, like I need to now go into set mode. And so when you're going into set mode, you want to be cognizant of everybody on the team and their particular jobs. Also, we are on a time limit. A lot of times when we have 10 or 12-hour days, it's not enough time if we're doing a long, drawn out production. And so efficiency is key. And also efficiency is great because when you are, let's say, working in the union, which I've worked on a couple union sets, like the minute that they're over, whether like on 1 minute over lunch, they have to pay you more money. The minute, if it's a 12-hour day and you're there 12 hours and 1 minute, they have to pay you more. So efficiency is key. And so you need to get in that mode of outperforming what you usually do. And luckily I come from the Mac world. That was my first gig in 2007. So we had to do a face like in 25 minutes. It lashes everything. So I was trained that way. So, and then I come from retail where we're seeing a lot of people. And so I already had sort of like that dexterity to go the extra mile to do it quickly. So that's another thing in terms of like knowing my value, knowing what I bring. And so we get to set and like 9 o'clock, and then I'm like, so when is the first shot? They're like, the first shot is at 11. So we have until 11 to have this woman in makeup, hair and makeup. And so hairstylist showed up a little bit after. I don't know. I believe everybody's set time was 9, but she showed up a little bit later. Not what you want to do. You want to show up on time, if not early. Okay. So I don't know if she had a later set time or whatever, but I just know she showed up later. So as a result of her showing up later, I wanted to get the client in the chair at 9:30, but she needed to do some hair things first. So she got in the chair around 9:45. It's fine. We're working on this until about 11 o'clock. So we still got time. It's not going to take me that long. Also, I want to point out that when we had the looks and I was preparing, I prepared the night before. So there were 6 different looks. So I make sure that they were all sectioned out, put them in baggies, look 1, look 2, look 3, look 4, from the eye changes to the lip changes. Because a lot of times when you're shuffling and looking for product, that is extra minutes that we cannot afford to have. Like if you're going to get paid a premium rate, do your due diligence to prepare in advance. Okay. So have my kit prepared. I'm on time. I have everything set up, even had some minutes to sit down and like eat a little bit of my overnight oats. Okay. yeah, my overnight oats. So I was able to do that. And so, and I was ready to go. Client was good, saw her, said hello, because we had already had the talk. There was a little energy there because they wasn't used to like a black girl really, like showing up for herself, advocating for herself. But I came in there, amazing customer service. Hi, so great to meet you, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead, get in my chair. What do you need? Doing my thing. And again, I get that from coming from luxury and retail and being in retail for so long, right? If you sit down, I'm going to make sure you feel good. And so anyway, we go through it. And I think it was about maybe 11:30 with everything. She was ready to now go with the first shot, which was awesome. And so more of the story, like the day went really well. About the third look, sat down and she began to get comfortable with me, the client. And she said something like, Toya, I want to be honest with you. After we had our conference call, I was a little like intimidated. Either she said intimidated or scared or something. I don't know the word. But she began to get comfortable with telling me that. And I told her, I said, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at anything. Like, I know how I come off. I know the energy. And yeah, like I had to speak up for myself. There were things I needed to know. And like, I don't expect you to know my job more than me, but I need to get in there and make sure that I get the information that I need so that I can serve you to the best of my ability, And so she just was like, but I okay. And so I just want to like text this person. I have one of my friends, she keeps on calling me. I want to make sure that she's good because she keeps calling. I'm gonna just put on IG live at home. Okay, all right, because I just want to get this out to y'all. Like I gotta like get this out. And so we do that, and what was really great, because I'm like, she's comfortable with me, so she's like going to tell me a little something, and I'm like, that's okay. I said, I know exactly how I come off, and I know exactly why I was doing what I was doing, and I'm glad you received it well, because it's an honor to be here and serve you. In fact, that's how I ended the call. I said, I love supporting Black women as they build their businesses, and it's an honor to support you. So so at this point, like we good, like we third look, like she like my best friend. That's usually what happens. Like they develop a closeness, and I don't know if that's the nurture in me or, just like full service luxury, what I bring to the table. But like, she was like my best friend. She really cleaned on me and leaned on me, and I don't mind. Like, I get it. Also, like, when she was getting dressed, she wanted me to check her, make sure she was good. When she was in the camera, I'm like, hey, what's this on your hand? Hey, the mic is, I could see the mic, everything. And she was like, Toya don't miss. She don't miss. And I'm like, I expect her to say all this. I know I don't miss. This is what I do. This is my job. And so I really just want to sum it up because I don't want to be here long. They really enjoyed it. I feel like I owned the set in terms of like really, started how I wanted to finish, and really showed myself to be a premium artist that I told them that I was when we were going through everything, the negotiations. And so, when we talk about our value, it's not just the makeup. I always tell people it's everything around the makeup, right? The makeup it's not just the hairstyling, right? It's everything around the hairstyling. It's like when you show up, it's how you go back and forth in the negotiation. It's how you just say hello. It's your customer service. It's how you go above and beyond. Like, it's all of it. They're checking for all of it to see like how valuable you really are. And so in the end, I knew that she was happy with my output of work. And that's what I wanted to make sure. And so it was a really great day. I love this work, even though I'm retired-ish, I love to do it when I do it, because I know I'm helping another sister out, another woman of color out. Like, I know this. And then so we finished up. It's time to go, and you packed that bag real fast. Okay, I was out the door. Then I was talking with the hairstylist afterwards, just pretty much telling her that I asked her. I said, "Tell me what your rate was," because I like to be transparent with my rate. I want to see us out here winning. Like, what was your rate? Her rate was significantly lower than mine. I was paid more than double than what she was paid, right? And I can only imagine that when they sent her a deal memo, she signed it, all this and that. I heard her say things like, oh, I was doing a favor for a friend. I was doing a favor for a friend too, but still, and so this is where I really was like, I'm going to talk about and recap this, because this is why I do this work. Like, you've been serving everyone, yet being served the least, not anymore. A couple things she said afterwards. She just was like, because I didn't get paid much, I didn't basically bring it to the best of my ability. And it showed. Without even speaking about the hairstylist, there were just certain things that, had the due diligence been done on her end, she could have eliminated that when it got time to go on set. All of that. And so I'm just letting her know that you don't have to show up in this way. You could get paid more, but these are the things that are required, all of that. And so, but you don't have to just accept anything. You don't have to just take a low rate because you're doing a favor. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to be nice. You don't have to be nice. You are a professional. You do this. And so if you do this, demonstrate that by how you show up. And so we significantly looked different in terms of how we showed up. And I really think that has to do with how much we were paid. And so another thing I just want to say is when you're working with a client and they aren't paying you top dollar, you're going to get what you pay for. You're going to get what you pay for. You want to pay low money, you're going to get low quality. That's just what it is. Because guarantee if I got paid a low rate, I would have did the same thing. But I wouldn't have cared, how I was seen or how I looked. But I'm just over that, because I'm not I'm not desperate to take the work. So I always tell people, what are you good at? What makes you uniquely you beyond just doing the hairstyle or beyond just doing the makeup? You need to be able to articulate that. You need to be able to write that down so that when you are negotiating your rate, you know what you bring to the table. And so, she was listening and she, ears were wide open because she wanted to catch those free gems, which I don't mind giving out, because honestly, I can give out everything, but it's are you going to really do it? Are you going to show up? And a lot of times it all goes back to belief in yourself. Do you believe you can get a higher number than what you're offered? Do you believe that, you have what it takes to serve this client at the highest level? So it starts with belief. But when you don't believe yourself, go ahead and write a list of your accomplishments, your unique characteristics that make you stand out. For me, I know why I'm good, okay? Administratively, you can't touch me on how I'm sending emails. I got contracts, I got all of it, giving you bullet points, we recapping, I'm not playing. And I get a lot of that from the book I read, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I'm trying to win. So I'm going to make sure that I work on my people skills and how I show up. That's number one. So from the email, from the correspondence, I already showed myself to be good, in the recap of knowing my business. You don't need to know my business. I need to know my business. My job is to articulate the business. And so I did that in the email recap, and then when I got on set, go above and beyond, because just because you close the deal, you're not done. Now you have to go and perform. So now you get on set, they watching you, everything that you do. So what does it look like for you to go above and beyond for your client? I'm going to make sure I'm looking at that camera, right? If I'm paid to do that, you best believe it. You're not going to see me on no phone. I'm going to be working on it and looking in that camera. If they hey, can you help me safety pin this or whatever? I don't mind. We need to get this done. Of course we need everybody to be in place, but if we're not about to stop the show. So how can I help? I'm here. What else will I say that I'm really good at? My setup is incredibly clean. Me being organized and preparing in advance, right? I was able to set up quickly. I was also able to take down quickly. And so that also matters as well when you are working at a high level. Get in, get out, efficient, right? The makeup, every makeup change, I always tell people, I'm not going to be the reason why you're late. Not at all. That ain't me. That ain't what I did in 17 years. I'm not starting today. So efficiency is key. So really looking at the looks, making sure that you can execute those looks in a quick manner is really also important as well. So had that on lock. We had 6 different looks, and baby, we ended a little bit later, but it wasn't because of me. It wasn't because of me. And so, like, people want people that can get it done, efficient, know what they're doing, get in, get out, right? Even if there are hiccups, like, how do you recover from that hiccup, you know? So that's one thing as well. And so just my overall demeanor, incredible, being positive, you know, and just really, really like being client focused, right? I feel like I've done my job to honor myself. And so, yes, I'm not going to go cause myself to go crazy while I'm on set to the point where like my health is now in danger, but I'm going to make sure I honor myself. But like, this is a team. This is not just about them. This is about both. And so I sat down when I needed to, I was up, you know, but that's also a part of the preparation to make sure that I'm still honoring myself. I have no problem with doing that. You know, and then, you know, thanked everyone, said thank you so much for having me, sent my recap emails. And then lastly, right, you're going to get a Google review. I need you to write me a testimonial, right? Because I already know you loved it. You told me you did. So now let's tell the rest of the world, because you're helping another sister out when you do that. So that when someone else wants to hire me, or someone else is looking to work with high profile clients and they need someone who is an authority, who hasn't been signed to a union, don't have a manager, never had an agent, then they know that I'm tried and true. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to let the world know how I did. The same way I'll do for you. And when we talk about retaining clients and getting referrals, they'll definitely say they want me back. I know they want me back. The price goes up, but they can have me back for sure. It's an honor to serve. And then also you're going to refer me. You're going to refer me. And you know, when you refer me, you're going to tell her she ain't cheap. So don't even play with her. And they're going to probably tell her, because now that they worked with me, they're going to say she's worth it. They're going to say she's worth everything that she's asking for, okay? Because I've seen how she works. She's so thorough. They told me I wrote the most thorough email that they've ever seen in their life. Of course, because I'm not playing with y'all. I'm setting a tone that I am a premium makeup artist here to serve you as you are growing your business. I take it very seriously. So every part of it's going to be serious for me, you know? So that's what they're going to go articulate to the next client. When they're looking to rehire me. That's what they're going to do. So I always ask people, you say you want a lot of money, but what are you doing to really command that? And a lot of times it's just about how you set up everything around the work that you do. So not just the makeup, right? How do you show up when you are corresponding, your phone calls? Like, are you calling? Are you available at the time you say that you're going to have that meeting? Or do they have to like hunt you down and get you to get on the meeting? Are you sending an email in the right amount of time? Or like, are you just like dropping the ball? Are you showing up to a set on late or just on time? And like, you know, and you're expecting everybody to wait on you? No, we don't have time for that. Like, why aren't you early? You know, it could be something as simple as, did you dress for the day? Like, nobody has time to care about if you're cold. I'm cold all the time on set, but I make sure I'm bundled up. So, you know, like, how was your recap at the end? Are you grateful? Did you have a good day? Did you let them know that you enjoyed them as well while you were working with them? Like, it's all of that, you know. I do things like, I took pictures of the client, you know, every time she did her makeup look, she changed scenes. I did a little video, took a little picture, right? I know she'll appreciate that, because while she's sitting at home and she's resting from her long day, she gets to look at that. And look at all the work that she's accomplished, you know, before she gets to see any final output. It's my honor to serve, you know, but like, what are y'all doing? Because the makeup is the makeup. The hair is the hair. Like, we've been doing this. This shouldn't even be a big deal, you know, but what are you doing around it? It's going to always be everything around the work that you provide, and not necessarily that work, because it's already assumed that you should be a master at this. And I just want to like piggyback real quick. We're not going to be too much longer. Is that, are you really signing up for jobs that you are proficient in? Because this is something that when I was a part of a makeup group, we was talking about. People are taking gigs and then they're coming in the makeup group to ask from A to Z how to do it. We're not doing that. You know, why aren't you assisting? Why aren't you reaching out to other people who've been where you want to go? And so you're taking jobs that you're really not showing up and can work at a high level at, but you want to get paid a high price. No. I am a beauty makeup artist. I focus on clean beauty. I focus on glam, but when you work with me, it's going to be a light touch, luxurious finish. It's not going to be packed on. You're not going to see all them layers. And I'm not going to be working with makeup that doesn't bring you out more, make you look younger, all of that stuff. I care very deeply about it. Right? We're on set and I'm talking to them about their skin. I'm teaching at the same time. Yeah, it's not required, but because I've worked for over 25 makeup companies, I am qualified to give my perspective. So let me do it. I always tell people, you call out your foundation, I could call it out in a whole bunch of different brands right now. Okay? So stop playing. And so when they start seeing all of that, they can't even talk no more. I tell people I'm an NC50 in MAC. I'm a Cow in NARS. I'm Spicy Brown in Maybelline. Okay, I'm Burkina in Julia's Place. I'm 5N in Dior. Shall I keep on going? I'm 13 in Giorgio Armani. Like, stop playing with me. I'm Nutmeg in Black Opal. Stop playing with me. I know what I'm worth. And I know how to articulate it. Question is, do you? So the call to action is, if you want to work with high profile premium clients, then you need to be able to articulate why you deserve a premium rate. And it's not just the makeup or hair career that you've had. Notice I'm talking about my retail experience. If I want to go even deeper, this shows up in how I did college, having to have papers in on time and things like that. All of that has built me for such a time as this. And then also my output, the feedback that I get from people. So when I am able to look at my reviews, I'm like, oh, I did that. So also hearing what others have said about me and my work, right, goes a long way. And not just my work, but who I am as a person, because that matters as well too. I've been with clients where things have went really wrong, and after I finish their makeup, they're like, Toya, I ain't going nowhere. It's crazy right now. We popped some champagne right there because that's what we did because of what we was dealing with and facing with at that time. It is truly an honor to serve, and you should get paid for your service. But do you deserve what you're asking for? If you do not know, grab a pen and paper and start to write down why you think you're awesome, besides the makeup that you're doing, besides the hairstyling that you're doing. You need to be able to bring more to the table than just the service you provide. Because when you are premium, you are most likely full service, you are more so luxury, and that shows up very differently than when you're just working with a regular client getting a low paying rate. People pay for quality. You know that. So to get quality, go and qualify yourself. Don't wait for anyone else to say how amazing you are. Whether you take the time to look at what you bring to the table and why you should deserve more than a low paying rate. And I'm going to keep saying low paying rate because when you do this work and you are working for personal clients, this is a luxury service. When you're doing makeup is luxury in general. It just is. I know that it's everywhere and it's popular now. It is luxury. Even when you're doing hairstyling, if you are not at a salon washing some hair, all this and that, and I would even contend with, do you know your value there? Because you may be doing something different than the other girls, right? But when you are out here taking personal clients, that is a luxury service. So stop dealing in low paying with a luxury business. First thing you need to do is start calling your business a luxury business. And then be able to qualify why you think that is. Just wanted to go over that. Just want to encourage you guys today. There's so much that goes along with, being able to get these clients, and I am here to help you. A big emphasis is on your online portfolio. So how you're seen to these clients that you want to hire you. And the other ones is the outbound sales process. So what are you doing to actually go out and get your clients instead of wait for them to come to you? How are you introducing yourself? Like I said, the minute you say hello, you are in that process. How do you introduce yourself? What does it look like like? How are you connecting with them? How are you offering your service? What does the negotiation look like? How are you helping them overcome their objections to make sure their day is easy when they're hiring you for these skills, right? How are you closing the deal? Like, are you sending them a good contract? Are you signing the deal memo? Are you making sure that you've read it so that it honors you and who God has always called you to be in this profession, and then after you close that deal, what does it look like to actually do the service? Like, and what does going above and beyond mean to you, right? And that's not just the service that you provide while you're there, but like, what does it look like to send them their recap email, send them their invoice, ask them for a testimonial, let them know that you're available to help them again. It's a whole process. And so that's what I really help you do. I help you to land these clients by helping you elevate your online portfolio and starting you in on the outbound sales process. No longer are you just posting on Instagram and hoping that Beyonce or a member of her team reaches out to you. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't even marketing. That ain't even sales. Okay, so you need to be a little bit more intentional about the business that you are building and the money that you want to make in it. Okay, but I'll tell you one thing, in terms of being intentional, the last thing that I'm teaching in the masterclass, and you need to go ahead and comment class so that I can send you a link to join, or hit me up in the DM. Let's get on the call so we can already talk about what it looks like, to work with me. Is, where's your mindset? Are you in a scarcity mindset? Are you a black woman or a woman of color who's been told to be grateful, right, for what you're getting while you're accepting pennies? Are you over here at everyone's service and then no one's really thinking about you? Do you believe that you can make a ton of money in this career? Do you believe that you can get high profile clients consistently? I walked out the house for over $1,000 a day and would do it again. Like, the only reason why I'm retired-ish is because of my health. And I don't want to keep harming myself when I've abandoned myself for so long to show up for people who never appreciated me. Right? Are you doing that? Are you adjusting are you doing the things to adjust your mindset to move more towards an abundant mindset instead of being in a scarcity mindset? Who are you hanging around? Who is encouraging you, right? Who are your mentors? Who are you talking with who have been where you want to go? What kind of belief systems do you have about what you do, what you bring to the table? So it's a journey, and I'm here to help you, right? Rome wasn't built overnight, but we got to start somewhere. And so if you want to be that person who's commanding high profile clients and getting paid a premium rate, because also I want to very much say that you can work with high profile clients and be still getting paid pennies, right? We see that all the time. But no, make it match. And so if you would like my help, or you would like to get some tools, some strategies, and all that good stuff, go ahead and comment class. Hit me up in the DM, say class, and I'm sending you my registration link. Masterclass is going down every week. And I'm here to serve you. You get to hear my strategy and how I make $20,000 a month consistently working with high profile clients. And then in how I help other beauty professionals do the same. Okay. So, I just wanted to recap this because I thought it was very important, to encourage and empower you. You can do it. If you already have the skill set, we just need to now get you in position to be seen as the premium artist that you are. Okay. I am here to serve. It's been an honor. It's Sunday. I'm tired and I'm about to go rest. All right. I'll see you guys in the masterclass. Have a good day.